first season with Kelly Price. You just made a mess of first season with her and her wanting to knock your block off, and then you decide to have a second season and Little Mo wants to knock your block off. And at that point you would think, well, maybe I shouldn't even come back. Why would I even come back to the show? People think I'm crazy, blah blah blah. She has made a pure enemy out of Leela James, who probably is the most calm and mellow and actually most behaved and less ratchet person on the show. And I'm like, no, she's mad and want to fight you. But yeah, I have to agree, Shantae Moore is nuts, and that Stacey Francis can just sit down. That precious angel needs to have her wings clipped. She's crazy. But Shantae Moore is like crazy. Like, at first I thought it was just she was saying she was going through a lot of stuff and she was misunderstood and misquoted and blah blah blah, the editing. And I'm like, nah girl, you cry for real. Like, you're not even, but I don't even know if y'all watching it, so it really doesn't matter, because you probably are like, I don't watch that show. But if you should watch it or catch it, just Shantae Moore is just such a nutcase. Like, I was like, really? Girl, you tripping. But who am I? I think if I had my own show, I probably wouldn't represent myself very well either, because I really don't do that very well in real life. Can't lie. But I don't know. It's like, I've always wanted to have my own reality TV show. I think when they first sort of were giving them out to people, I've always thought that'd be nice to to follow around my friends and stuff. And that's what we was gonna talk about. That totally reminds me. So a few weeks ago, my friend Dawn asked me. She has this friend named Hella, and Hella is this person who really believes that she's above Dawn because she's got a better job. They work at the same company. We all worked at the same company. And she has a better job, better title, I will say, and makes money and kind of real thin, real, European cute or whatever. Real, just, I don't know. And she's always got something negative to say about Dawn, and she's kind of shady and doesn't really, it's not an equal friendship whatsoever. It never has been, and I've never liked it, but it's like, whatever, it's not my business, so I don't care. So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, probably a month at this point, and again, Dawn was like really, really cool, and she helped me out when I was going through my hard times, and it's just, she's a good friend, there's no question. But not too long ago, she was telling me that Hella was liking this dress she had, or something, like an outfit or something, and she was like wanting it. And so Dawn says, well, should I give it to her for her birthday? And I was like, you guys have a special friendship. And I was like, I guess if you want to, but I'm not seeing it for her. So, I mean, she was like, well, what do you mean by special? I'm like, your friendship is so one-sided. I'm like, why would you give somebody something that you guys don't really even like each other really? And it's like, what is that? Like, I'm like, you do whatever, but I'm like, I just couldn't. I just don't get it. So she goes off, sends this horribly acidic message to me saying that, she doesn't need my opinion of their special friendship, and she just wanted my opinion about whether or not she should give it to her or not. And what she fails to understand is that an opinion needs to be an educated opinion, and it requires you to validate why you do or why you say what you do or what you say. Like, for me to just say sure I mean, it has to be based on why. I mean, when you say yes or you say no, it's based on something. So for me to answer that question would have to be purely based on the entire situation, not just that situation. That's clueless. Like, you don't ask for an opinion like that. You ask someone who doesn't know anything, because then they're not biased. But of course, my opinion is going to come from an educated, not source, but it's going to come from, experience and what I know about their friendship and about Hella. So I'm like, how can I give an opinion based, that type of an opinion based purely on just that question? Because whether it's yes or no, it has to come with a reason. Does that make sense? Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it just sounds crazy to me. But so my thing is to say, I told her, I was like, I wouldn't, because it's like, I just wouldn't give her anything. As far as I'm concerned, it's like, my thing is, a friendship is a friendship. It's like, when a person is your friend, it's not questionable. It is what it is. And so nonetheless, I'm not going to make this about me. I mean, I am, but indirectly, I'm going to make it about me. But it's like, she told me to basically stay out of what their friendship is and only give her answers that are based on particular questions. So I wasn't insulted as much as I was like, well, maybe this friendship has run its course, and I'm not above it. Like, I'm okay. Like, I mean, I'm no longer gonna be sad if people don't want to be friends with me. But do you think it's a fair thing for someone to tell you not to give your opinion about their special friendships when they're just asking you whether or not you should give them a gift? But my question is, doesn't that answer come from someplace? It's like if someone said, I want to give this man, $35. Should I give this man $35? And then you say no, and I'll be like, well, dang. Why no? Like, what? Like really? No? And you would probably at least want to know why I said no, right? Like, doesn't it? And then I can tell you, like, why I said no. Like, it's because you can be like, well, because of this and because of that, and then that kind of helps that person understand, why you said what you said. And so for me, it's like, I'm telling her, I'm like, well, your friendship is crazy, so why would you give her anything? And so for you to, for her to be all upset about it, was like, wow, yeah, maybe I just need to stand my distance, keep my distance, and that's what I'm doing, not mad, not upset, not tense, just like, okay, well, girl, I see you. I mean, if my opinion and my answers make you that mad or make you have a response like that, then maybe I need not give it at all for anything, because if I have to be cautious of how I respond and how I give realness, then this is not going to work for me, especially not now, not in this day and age. I mean, this is God, like, so much of our privacy is gone. We give it for free, and it's like, I'm trying to rebel against that life. So my feelings are, I'm trying to live out loud. I'm trying to live my truth, and I guess if people aren't with it, that's okay, but I just don't know that I expected such an acidic response. And it's funny because I got a message from her today, like, what's been keeping you so busy? And I'm thinking, well, there's lots to do in Portland. That's no lie. But for the most part, I'm just keeping my distance, sweetheart. It's like, I love you, but I'm gonna just be over here while you do that over there. And don't mind me. because I don't want to piss you off. I just want us to be, good. And if it means I need to be silent for us to be good, then that's where I'm gonna be. You know what I mean? So what do you think about that? Like, what is your opinion on that? Like, send me a tweet at OA Fagazine on Twitter. Like, what do you think about that? Because I'm old and friendships are just weird now when you're old. It's like you just want them to just, I don't know. Like, it's just crazy. So I want to get an opinion. I want to find out what is it that you believe that friendships are about. Like, maybe in your 20s, I don't want to know, because it's probably like just drinking, doing beer bongs and stuff. But 30s and 40s and 50s, like, I really want to know what that means. Like, what is it about? Like, what do you require? Is it now just about holding your tongue and making sure that you keep that person, maybe not so much keep the person, maybe not patronize them, but make sure that your words are safe, like you don't rock the boat, because I have a friend who I just got back in touch with, who I stopped talking to because she got married to some crazy dude, and instead of me telling her I didn't want to deal with that, I just kind of pulled back. So when we got back in touch, she was like, well, yeah, we're divorced. And instead of saying like I knew it, I just was like, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear it, but that is not the truth. That is not how I feel. Like, how I really, really feel is like, girl, that's why I stopped talking to you, because I was like, I knew that wasn't going to be any good. Like, I just knew it wasn't. But I'm just curious, is it my job to just go, oh, sure, and just be coy about everything and just pretend I don't know, or just pretend I don't have a real opinion? Like, I'm a little lost. So I think I need the fans to let me know what I'm supposed to say. So we're going to end the show on that. Let me know. Send your tweets, OA Fagazine, and or you can email info@OAMagazine. Tell me what you think, and I'll read some of the responses on the next podcast, and I'll tell you what people say. All right. So anyway, let's end it on that note. I got shit to do. I gotta pee. So anyway, y'all, have a great weekend. I love that you listen to the show. So tell your friends. Don't forget, we're on iTunes and Spreaker and TuneIn and all that shit. So anyway, I'm Omari El-Bassi, and I'm your host, and this was OA Fagazine. Enjoy.
Now I am feeling all the pressure weighing me down, looking for a way to turn it around, drowning in the problems of trying to survive, looking for a way to live. There is so much more to being alive.